This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Hey, what's going on? Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm going to pretty much sound like every other news broadcaster in the country that's been saying this in this past week. Oh my God, can you believe it's October already? 2 years from now, that's going to sound a little crazy. Anyway, what's happening? Oh my gosh, yeah, so it's October. It's the beginning of October. I feel like it was just the beginning of 2019. What is happening? Oh my goodness, time is definitely speeding up. I won't say this, but I do feel like September kind of slowed down a little bit. Not too much, but I felt like I got to enjoy September a little bit. And now it's just like, wow, it's the end of the year already. Cool. I just saw a post on Instagram that made me say, I gotta put this. Yep, we're turning that into a podcast. Yep. Because, that's how the inspiration comes. It's random-ish. Sometimes we're talking serious. Sometimes I'm being ratchet. Sometimes I'm being silly. Sometimes I'm talking about manifesting. Sometimes we're talking about relationships. Either way, I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time hanging out with me as well. Honey, speaking of good times, you best get your ass out there and go have a good time. Okay? All right? We're running out of time. Well, okay. Let me back up. We're not running out of time. There's more than enough time, right? But I just saw this little post. Let me read it to you, okay? Let me get you on my train, all right? Okay. There are 3 months left in this decade. In this decade. Take that risk. Word. Okay, enough said. Pretty much. We just had our sermon. I just told you your lesson. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Girl. Yeah. It's one thing for us to realize 3 months left in the year, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, no, sweetie, it's 2019. I know, I forgot that too. I was like, 2020 is going to be my year and decade of, yes, hunty, clear vision. Do you understand? Actually, there are some things that there's some risks that I've been wanting to take. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I am definitely super hard on myself. I know that most people who have any type of, achievements that they would like to get in life, dreamers, they are hard on themselves. Mothers who are dreaming for their kids are hard on their kids. Fathers, same thing. Sometimes when you are wanting a lot, you are kind of hard on yourself. And it's I do think that we need to give ourselves a little breathing room. But I will say this, seeing that post, I am very, very proud of myself because it's been, I'm just putting the whole block of 20 years and I'm just like, wait a minute, hold up, hold up. Wait a minute. So at the beginning of this decade, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. At the beginning of this decade, I started doing my own thing. At the beginning of this 20 years, what is that? What is it? What is 2 decades? What is it? The 20-year block. The beginning of the millennium is what I'm like, right? I'm like, wow, I was in an abusive relationship, literally getting chased around the country, all right? Had to learn how to fight, in the movie Enough, so that I could keep myself free. Yeah, see, if you read the book Manifest Beauty, you would know these things, Yeah. This face might look like, oh, she's been through nothing, but you don't know jack. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and I'm like, wow. So in 1999, okay, wow, it's just, I don't think I could say that enough. How much things have changed, because in 1999, my father had passed. I was in Kansas. I was like 220 pounds. I was super depressed. I was being chased around the country. I had to get I had to get my daughter. It was a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I was hiding out, trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with myself. This Nick was trying to kill me every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it's so ridiculous. And just, wow. I started going to school. I had just started going to school because I was like, no. I think 2000 is when I went to school. But yeah, 1999, I was so done. I was like, this is not what I was here for. I am not here to be like living this crazy, stressful life with this crazy, guy and just what the hell, And I'm like, wow, that is so interesting. And Wichita, Kansas is where I started my radio career, of all places. Of all places, that's where it started. To take a look back and reflect, I'm super glad that I have done things while afraid, while broke, not knowing how it was going to happen, but I said, F it, I'm going to do it anyway. And when I meet people on the street, I love to encourage people, especially when I feel that like little energy jizzy feeling that like sources like, ooh, encouragement, because you can't really encourage somebody unless they're already like almost there. You know what I mean? Like anyway, that's a whole nother subject of knowing when to encourage and when to just shut the fuck up. But that's a whole different freaking topic. But I'm just amazed at how time flies and how our own thoughts and our own beliefs and our own life experiences, how they drive things. And I just, seeing that post, it made me realize, I'm like, my life could be so different. So different. Yeah. But I am living what I always saw in my heart and mind. Like, I'm not living it all the way, because there are certain things that I believe that I've changed my mind on some things, but nonetheless, I'm really super happy that I have taken the risk and went out and did it. And so really, I just kind of want to share, with whoever is listening, if there's something in your heart that you've been wanting to do, just go and do it. This lady the other day was, asking me about starting a podcast, and she told me what she would like to start. Rightfully so in entertainment, there's always like, even though you want to help people out, there's always like this little edge of, now we're going to be competition, you know what I'm saying, type thing. But the truth be told is, there's so many different people. There's so many people with so many different interests. I don't know who is listening to this. I appreciate you, though. Can I just tell you that? Can I tell you thank you for listening? Can I tell you to tell a friend? Unless your friends are stick in the muds, then don't tell them anything. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that is just kind of like, but even this podcast is, taking a risk. I am so thankful for technology, because had it not been for technology, then, I don't even know, then that dude would have won. You know what I'm saying? Like, but instead, because life is always working out for us, doors open. Sometimes when things happen, we think it's the end of the world, but it's actually just the universe, your inner self, trying to make room for what you're really asking for. We just don't know it, So maybe this little here reminder is something for you to maybe think about. And I don't suggest you try to launch it and get it all done in the next 3 months, but I definitely suggest that maybe you take a pause and reflect back, thinking about the past decade, the past 20 years, if you're old enough, then to just think about, how happy are you? Have the years just gone by and you didn't realize it? Was there something you'd like to do? Something you'd like to experience? Whatever that may be. It's very cute these days. You got the J-Lo movie with the second chance or second act. And then the Patricia chick from Everybody Loves Raymond, she's getting her show where she's doing, the mom. I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing them say middle-aged is like, get out of here. People are living a lot longer than 80, guys. Come on now. I'd like to say 50 should be middle-aged because, yeah, like, can we just move that thing to 50? Come on now. Anyway, so it's middle-aged woman going to be a doctor. I thought that was very cute because, yeah, you know, we used to, when I was growing up, we were pretty much led to believe that after you turn 30, it's over. It's a wrap. It's done. You're old. Go sit your ass down somewhere. You're retired. You're done, you know? Thank God people have begun to realize that that is not even, especially for women. You think you was bad in your 20s and you think you was doing something in your 20s to find out you wasn't doing shit. You know what I mean? And then when you get in your 30s, you find out, girl, that was just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? Things get fun. I'm just saying, you know, that is if you are, you know, taking care of yourself. I do think that there is a correlation between taking care of yourself and as much fun as you're having, as much fun as you allow yourself to have in life, you know. But nonetheless, I digress. We got 3 months, y'all, to the end of this freaking decade. 3 freaking months. What is it that you want to do? There are some things that I want to do. I really want to see Manifest Beauty on some damn clothes. Like my whole, started this decade in 2009, literally, you know, putting it out there. We want to see Manifest Beauty on stuff and want to make it a movement. And I want to have concerts and I want to be able to have books and I want to have programs, you know, good programs where people are being encouraged and da-da-da-da-da. And it's so awesome to see because it doesn't always come through you, but you see and you know that you had a part in it. You know what I mean? And I definitely am so excited to see where we go with these laws of attraction and, you know, higher consciousness and, ooh, Area 51. I'm sorry. Okay, so skipping subjects real quick. So did you guys see that there apparently is some like government official agency that admitted, or I wouldn't say admitted, but released footage of a unidentified object in the air? Yeah. Okay, so of course this footage gets released on the same weekend as storming Area 51, which, by the way, like to say hello, okay, connected to source, because we recorded on Friday as it was happening, and we were like, I saw somebody got arrested, had no idea what they got arrested for, and Chanel was like, what do you think I got arrested for? And I was like, for peeing on something, probably, and what is it? They got arrested for peeing on something. Yeah, so apparently they released this footage. I think it very interesting. They threatened to, you know, the military will protect its assets against you mofos if you come up a bit in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of took that little tweet down. It was a tweet. They took the tweet down and another agency released a video. So kind of like, okay, we're going to give you a little something, calm down, but don't you come up in here. Don't you start nothing, won't be nothing. And, you know, I think they gave us a little tidbit, but nobody's really talking about it. They swept it right underneath the rug. So those conspiracy theory people can like be, you know, I feel like they gave them a little crumb. So now you can be happy or make them dig deeper. I don't know what that was about, but I say kudos to those who were trying to get Area 51 stormed before the end of the decade. Woo! You tried, honey. You tried. But I do think that there's a lot more going on these days, so we might as well start taking the risk, you know, because heck, according to the Mayan calendar, every day that we're still living right now, this is borrowed time. So you might as well go live your life, honey. You might as well go live your fucking life. You feel me? We all got 24 hours in a day, and the people of this world are making astronomically different amounts of money in that same 24 hours a day. I mean, there's got to be something besides, well, they mama and they daddy was rich, and then they daddy and they mama was rich, because, you know, there's lineage, of course, but there are people that are, you know, using their time, quote unquote, wisely, you know, and I would love to know what it is that, you know, what did Jeff Bezos do every morning? as he was getting Amazon started, and it was just for the books. Amazon was just supposed to be selling books, and that's what he wanted to do. And he saw, I guess, somebody probably came to him and said, well, the books are, they're selling, but they're not selling that great, and da-da-da-da-da. And if you added yada, 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 you could take this to a whole new level. I'd love to know, what kinds of things does he do? Is he a conscious creator? Did he just happenstance on this stuff? Like, what are his personal beliefs? Would love to know those types of things, because I do think that those that are out there using their time to gain. But I'm going to say this too, because sometimes we automatically assume that people, because they've got lots of money, that they're the successful ones. But what about the moms whose kids, like, literally the kids' eyes like light up when they look at their mom and they're 15? Yeah, honey, no. I had to add that in there, okay? Because your 5-year-old looking at you with lit up eyes and all happy and whoop-de-whoop is not that big of a deal. Try getting that when she's 15, okay? I'm just saying, those people are definitely using their time wisely, to make sure that their seed, their lineage, is happy and healthy. But yo, that got me thinking. 3 months, and we are starting a new decade. I got to tell you that there's a lot of other things that I've wanted to do, but I am satisfied with what's taken place so far. And I am looking forward to the next decade and, and what that's going to bring and the developments. Oh my gosh, I need to think of new things that I want to do. Wow. I mean, yeah, wow. Okay. So there we go. So here, how about this? What's funny is I literally today told my daughter the exact same thing that I'm finna tell you and myself. This is what we about to do. Okay. Since we got 3 more months left in this decade, we about to go get us a nice little journal. We're about to write down some of the things that we would like to experience and some of the things that we would like to see in our life and some of the things that we would like to do. Okay. We're going to write them down. All right. All right. And we're not going to, try to hustle and bustle to make them happen. But we're going to write them down. We're going to set an intention. We're going to dream on it. We're going to daydream about the stuff. And we're going to feel good about it. And we're going to feel the feelings of what it would be like to really live it out. And then we're going to see what happens over the next decade. All right. All right. Okay. That's our homework. Let's go and get creative and plan out our next, not even plan it out, but let's go and intend our next decade, our next 20 years, our next 60 years. Dang it. Actually, listen, I don't want to plan my next 60 years right now. I'm kind of good with planning, with going with the flow year by year personally, because you never know. You might plan something for yourself, talking about something, like what I was doing before. Oh, if I could just be the number one, if I could have the number one syndicated show, if I could just be like Oprah, and if I could just have a nationally syndicated show and live in Wichita, Kansas forever, and just, that's what I wanted, you know what I mean? And then things happened and made me say, oh, that's not what I want. Actually, no, that's not what I want. I do not want to just stay in Wichita. I do not want to go into the same office. I do not want to do the same thing. I do not want to say the same call letters. I do not want to do that. I don't want to do that same thing for the next 45 years. Nope, I don't. Nope, I need different. I need change. I need variety. So I think that we're about to have some exciting times ahead of us. You feel me? I think we're about to have some exciting times ahead of us because we are doing the work, right? And the work is putting that intention out there, lining up with it, believe that it is possible, follow your impulses, baby. Get my damn book. Get my book. Get my book. Manifest Beauty. I'll tell you how it all works right in there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I cracked myself up. Anyway, so listen, this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Whether you do it or not, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully my daughter did it because, I'm her mama. She better listen to me. But get a journal, get a piece of paper and just write down some intentions and some stuff that you would like to see happen in the next decade because time waits for nobody, my friend. I'm going to say it one more time. The post that inspired this moving podcast today. There are 3 months left in this decade. In this decade. Go and take the risk, boo-boo. Go and take the risk.
This is Sanjay.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sandra.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sandra?